Night of the Living podcast is always ad-free for patrons at patreon.com/NOTLP.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. This is Freddy. That's Amy over there.
Make some more noise with your microphone, why don't you?
Was that me?
Yes.
The squeaking? Can you hear it, Andy? The squeaking? No?
I can hear it.
You can hear the squeaking?
Which means
Is it horrible? There's no squeaking now.
I can still hear it.
You still hear the squeaking, Andy? Or did the lights go down at all where you're at?
Andy, who are you talking? Who's Andy?
You're just talking to a blank space.
I'm Kelley.
Oh, no. Andy and Amy are trying to gaslight me right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing psychological horror, and Andy suggested we watch Gaslight, which is a great suggestion.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
And so we'll get into that in the main attraction. Andy, you said, was it because of the SNL sketch that you always wanted to see the movie?
Oh, no. It's like, it's just when I suggested the movie, I just reminded me of that SNL sketch.
So funny.
So,
what?
But like, I've never seen the movie before the sketch, but I was like, now I have context.
Yeah. Sketch is funnier now. I mean, it was already pretty funny to begin with. If you haven't seen what we're talking about, just go to YouTube. It's there. It's the SNL.
Google
Gaslight
SNL,
sketch.
Cinema Classics, Gaslight.
Yeah. It's, what is it? It's Will Forte
And Kate McKinnon.
and Kate McKinnon playing the leads from the movie. And it's pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a pineapple. And I don't want to take too much. We normally would have a little banner at the top, but we don't have anything crazy interesting to talk about. And we did have some feedback and normally we don't read the feedback on the show. We used to devote one episode a month to nothing but feedback. But, as it is, we have Discord and we have Patreon. You can leave us comments at either of those places. We're on social too. I can't guarantee on social. Andy's the social media manager, so I don't know if that's something you would follow up with comments or anything. But these were good ones, so I decided to just read them on the show.
You can do it, baby.
Not that Jake on Discord. This one's for Andy. He said, just wanted to comment on Andy's review of the new Wuthering Heights. I was surprised to hear him not mention anything about ghosts. But then I looked up the wiki for the new version and learned they apparently didn't include it. If you don't know the original story, then I suppose it's a spoiler to say it becomes a ghost story at the end. The lyrics for the Kate Bush song of the same name are basically about the exact plot point. So he recommends this 1970 version with Timothy Dalton. So I don't know if that's something you're into, Andy, or if you knew about the ghost going into it.
Had you ever read it before?
No, on the review like last week, I said I had never read it, so I have no context to if it's a good adaptation or not. But I did go on the wiki and read the synopsis.
Yeah,
it's my I got cliff noted, and there are no ghosts, and it would have made the movie better. Well, every movie would be better with ghosts. So
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
The ODB on Discord, Bill, says he has very vague memories of reading the book years ago, and he thought it was blah. So you're not alone if you think it's boring, Andy. And then I had one from Sarah. This one came through on...
I'm going to read this one.
Oh, you got it. Good.
Yeah. Sarah, this came through on Patreon. I want to thank you for your comment. I love knowing that there are other Real Housewives fans listening and don't hate when I talk about it, because that's what she says here. I always love the Real Housewives talk. Do you understand that is free license now? Because Sarah likes. One thing about
Thanks
the new...
a lot, Sarah.
I know, right? I'll try to rein it in, though. She says, one thing about the new Vanderpump OnlyFans drama. Remember when I was telling you about two of the guys have OnlyFans? She says, aren't the guys cousins? I forgot to mention that they were cousins. So they not only do they do OnlyFans together and lube each other up, they're cousins, which I guess is a creepy.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to. I do want to judge. That's gross.
Yeah. It's a little
I'm not gonna
gross.
say. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum, but that's your family.
Yeah.
I think they're first cousins. It's not like maybe second or third where you could technically get married. But yeah.
Those are basically brothers.
Yeah. She says that's what made it so scandalous to me. And then she needs my opinions on my favorite housewife of all time. That would be Ms. Nene Leakes. I put respect on her name. I hear she's coming back because she was suing Bravo. Freddy is frantically trying to tech support something right now that's happening. And I don't know what he's doing, but he's creeping me out. He's staring over at me. He's rolling around in his chair.
It's
You
just
okay?
an echo.
Okay.
Unless you guys are making that noise.
Freaking me out, man. And then she wants to know my favorite Salt Lake City housewife. That's an interesting one. I think I'm ready to say it's Bronwyn. And she's only 2 seasons in. That's pretty crazy.
You know, I
She's
knew,
already
who,
won
I
my
knew
heart.
who she was at one point, and it's already gone.
You would know her. She's the one with the bob.
Narrow it down.
She's the one with the older husband that she's now separated from. And now she's dating a younger
Again.
mom.
Oh, yeah. No, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
All these vague descriptors that could apply to anybody.
To any of the Real Housewives.
Yeah.
She's got a bob. That is pretty different in the Real Housewives universe.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. It's not a long little part with wavy hair.
Exactly. Andy knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's what she wanted to say. But she also wanted to say it was a great discussion about possession, and she agrees with Andy. But I didn't want to have to say that part. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. So patreon.com/NOTLP. If you want to join up, you can hang out with our Discord folks. We always have a good time. We have meetups every week. Patreon.com/NOTLP. We have extra content there as well. Oh my God. Freddy can't get over this echo he keeps hearing, and he's driving me nuts.
You guys, you don't hear it. It's just me?
I hear it, but I'm able to like maintain.
Oh, okay. As long as you hear it.
I guess that's the theme of the show. It's like people driving each other crazy. So
Yes, Freddy's gaslighting me.
But you
Or am
hear
I
it.
gaslighting you?
You hear it too.
I
You
hear
hear it too.
I'm like Brian.
Yeah. Shall we move on then?
Yes, let's move on.
Turn out lights, it's the main attraction.
This week's main attraction, lovingly selected by Andy Hung, Gaslight.
Lovingly.
Lovingly. This is not the first one we watched. That was from the Silent Generation. We watched The Black Cat. Very different movies, very different vibes, but also still a lot in common, right? This was released May 4th. May the 4th? 1944. You know, in the war, the Second World War was full tilt boogie at this point. German submarines blowing stuff up all over all over the coasts. Key pop culture moments: George Lucas and Joe Cocker and Frank Oz, all born during this time.
Oh, goodness.
Which shows in their movies. The music, I'll Walk Alone, this weird song that you can find. I sent to you guys if you were curious about this song. I thought was kind of neat that
Was it number
was
one?
from the era. It was the big hit then. It's amazing how much the world's changed. Meet Me in St. Louis was also big around this time, a movie that we hadn't seen until recently, but is also excellent. Another MGM lot movie. So a lot of stuff like props and buildings and things you might see in common in a lot of these old MGM stuff. And even on the Twilight Zone, we talk about that on Zoned Out, where a lot of these sets are reused. Did you recognize anything, Andy, jump out at you from other classic MGM movies, or do you look for that sort of thing?
It's like I don't think have enough knowledge of old MGM movies to say like, hey, that's from so and so.
You have more than most people our age. I feel like you'd pick it up. If you were looking for it, you might see some Meet Me in St. Louis debris, leftover props and stuff. So George Cukor, the guy who directed this. I didn't know he had been fired from directing Gone with the Wind and from directing Wizard of Oz before this job. And this was like the thing that was either going to bring his career back or totally end it. So there was a lot riding on this.
So he for real got fired from those other two movies.
Yeah.
And they still kept trying to give him jobs.
Well, it wasn't really that they were doing it out of the kindness of their heart. The guy's massively talented, so it's not like they were, it's kind of one of those weird things where I think he did something to piss someone off and he had to get back in good graces, but making the movie that got them a Best Actress award that year, this movie, Gaslight, I think kind of changed that and got his career back on track. He godfathered to Mia Farrow. I thought that was kind of interesting too. And we've been to the mausoleum he's buried in, but you can't get to this part of it, the forest lawn part. He's in that private part.
Oh yeah.
It was some other, I think even with, David O. Selznick, I think is back there too with him. Yeah. Pretty interesting. The screenwriter who adapted this play, also one of them, there was a team of 4, but one of them, Balderston, he worked on Dracula, Frankenstein, and Bride of Frankenstein, and The Mummy. So he kind of shaped all of those screenplays for Universal. And so if you see similarities in the writing, that's why. The music's from the Polish composer Bronislaw Copper or Caper, I don't know how you pronounce it, but he did the music for them, the Giant Ant movie, and a bunch of other stuff, like the Mutiny on the Bounty. Andy, are you into these Victorian period pieces otherwise, or was it?
I don't know.
I am.
I'm not going to say I love Victorian parlor movies.
I do.
Yeah, it's. I don't seek them out, but I don't mind them.
Amy's really been into lately. She's been reading a lot of Agatha Christie.
Yes,
which has the same kind of setting. And that's also, I think, kind of how one of the ways they were able to sell this movie was saying it was a mystery, because originally it was darker, I guess, and they had to Hollywood it up for the studio and the code to be like, okay, you can do this. It's not too dark. And I guess we'll get to that at the end of the movie. So the setting of this is, again, Victorian London. You even get the exact date in the beginning on a newspaper, October 14th, 1875. You're at number 9 Thornton Square in London, and somebody has been murdered in this house. And young Ingrid Bergman is in a what's that called, a transom cab or whatever, outside awaiting a
carriage.
Yeah,
they're all carriages.
We learn later it's her aunt who's been murdered in the house, and she has been sent to Italy to study with Maestro Guardi. And 10 years passes. And in that 10 years, she meets the villain of the movie, Gregory Anton, who is the pianist who is working for the maestro who is teaching her to sing.
And she hasn't improved her singing in 10 years.
He kind of tells her that. More or less.
Well, because her aunt was this really big time famous singer. So she's got a lot to live up to, and she's just a little shy, apparently.
I was already kind of an Ingrid Bergman fan from Casablanca. I love that movie. I haven't seen a lot other than that of her stuff, but this I think now would be like considered, for the period, it's the best actress performance that year. For the period, it's the best of what the industry thought there was. Now it would maybe be considered overacting on the part of almost everybody in this cast, right?
There is a lot of acting.
Well, it's very old-fashioned acting. Like, it's a lot of face acting, and it makes sense that this was kind of adapted from a play, because the acting is very theatrical. I don't think they really adapted that for movies, because they're not acting for the rafters.
Angela Lansbury was doing a lot of face acting. She was great.
I can't believe she was only 17.
She was so good.
She was schooling. I don't know. A lot of that comes naturally, and they're always like, oh, she must be such a genius to have known exactly what to do. And you're like, maybe she just was, everybody's like, just be there, look like you're fed up with what's going on around you. And she's like, I can do that. I love that character.
And this is not like a judgment on her physically, but she just looks older than 17 to me.
Oh yeah.
I think she came out the womb looking like Murder She Wrote.
Yeah, her face doesn't look very different from her when she's on Murder, She Wrote. She has a lot more hair, but it's all up anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was that Nancy, the character she plays. Also, you know, a fun thing about that, she turned 18 while they filmed this, and she had a scene where she had to smoke a cigarette and they had to wait because her on-set caregiver or social worker or whatever wouldn't let her smoke because she was under 18.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool that somebody's looking out for her, especially during that time period of movies.
That's what I thought.
When you had Judy Garland being fed pills and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so true.
So good for them for actually looking out for the welfare of their actors.
Yeah, it was a shock that anything like that was happening then. You're not wrong. Because you hear those stories of these young actresses just becoming like fodder and also like smoking.
Yeah.
That's the thing, which that's kind of ahead of their
Considering
time.
the time.
Yeah.
When smoking was the advertiser for every radio and television show.
Yeah.
They didn't have TV then yet. Yeah, right? Didn't that when TV start?
I don't remember exactly.
50s?
I think earlier than that, but people just didn't have them.
Right.
So like I said, we're in Italy, and as Andy said, she's not doing great learning to sing. She's not her aunt.
But she's happy because she's in love.
Yeah. She's in love with her slightly older male accompanist. I should be able to pronounce that word considering, but I can't. The little pianist, 10-inch pianist. Gregory Anton. This guy, Charles Boyer, or Boyer. I think you pronounce it Boyer. This guy, keep hearing that fucking
This
echo.
guy here.
No, this guy was the inspiration for Pepe Le Pew. I totally saw
The
it.
character or the actor?
The actor
Okay, I get it.
was the model for Pepe. Although the character is kind of Pepe Le Pew, he's very forceful with her. Even when the early parts before he starts deliberately trying to drive her crazy, she just wants to go away for 1 week.
She barely knows this guy too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, she's been
He's
studying.
kinda-
Yeah, we don't know how long has he been there, Andy? Does it say?
I don't know. It just gives me the impression that like he swept her off her feet in this kind of like a whirlwind romance, and it's revealed that he has like intentions and a plan. So, but he kind of just swoops in, and you know his plan is to take her back to her house.
Yeah.
Is the implication that he's followed her here and been with her these whole 10 years, just laying in wait?
Well, he's been with her laying in wait. Whether he's been doing it the whole 10 years she's been with in Italy, I don't know. That's the part when Andy was saying, I don't know.
Right.
Like, he may have been grooming her for that entire 10 years.
He's been grooming her for at least a little while.
It kind of makes it more believable if he has been doing it for such a long period of time. The amount of control he has on her out of the gate is pretty strong. Weird thing about that actor too, who plays Gregory Anton, the ne'er-do-well piano player. His son killed himself playing Russian roulette.
Ooh.
And then he also committed suicide, the father, after his wife passed away. He took an overdose of barbiturates.
Giant bummer.
Yeah, I thought that was super dark.
So his child died while he was alive?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In 65, so he was,
Yeah.
he was younger. But I just thought it was such a tragic story. I don't know. If kind of also you get the vibe that this guy's seen some shit anyway. This actor, he's got something going on that's very dark. Which my understanding of his career is before this, he played like nice guys and stuff, and was worried about playing this character that it would ruin his the perception of who he was.
Right. Because he was a giant asshole.
He was. Did you? I had never seen Lake Como before this movie. I know it's not really Lake Como. I'm saying it's like a fucking backlot, but I love this little hotel room they escape away to. It's like their last little happy moment before he goes full tilt, crazy evil.
Well, first she leaves.
Yeah,
because she's going somewhere.
She wants a week away to consider his proposition of marriage, right?
Right.
So like she's like 1 week, and he doesn't give her day one. He shows up. When
shows
she
up
gets
day
off
one.
the train. She gets off the train.
But I don't want to skip over her meeting the train biddy. And
Oh,
the biddy,
no,
the true
yeah.
crime biddy that then becomes her like somewhat stalker.
Yeah. So
She
why don't you
meets
take
her-
it from there,
She
Ms.
meets her on the train. What was her name again?
Mrs. Thwaites.
Mrs. Thwaites, yeah,
Wait.
with
She's-
her with her diggy biscuits.
I've never heard that before.
I guess as there are like digestive biscuits, I guess, to settle your stomach and aid in digestion in England. But I just love how she calls them diggy biscuits.
Yeah.
She's a hoot. I love her.
And she kind of forces these biscuits on Paula, and it gives an idea of what type of person she is. She's very forceful and a busybody.
She's a biddy. She's a ghoul, just like me, because like you give her just an inch and say, "Oh, you know, I lived on Thornton Square," and she's like, "Oh, then let me tell you about this story," and it's the story of her aunt's murder.
Yeah, what a big coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, she's like, "I've lived on
Oh.
Thornton Square all my life, or all this time. I know everybody, and I know this crazy story."
Yeah.
And she just starts recounting all the gory details.
I think about it. It's like this train going to Lake Como, and what are the odds that these two English ladies happen to be on the same train car and they live across the street from each other? That's the movies for you.
Yeah.
That's the
What you gotta do.
movies, the magic of the movies.
It was meant to be. I like she said her brother called her bloodthirsty Bessie. The old lady.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She is bloodthirsty.
And Amy, Amy,
for that.
by the way, that's a TM Amy, the true crime biddy. I'd never heard anybody say
I
that
don't think
before.
I don't think it requires a TM, but I'll take it.
You should take it. It's a good term. Nancy, the young maid we already talked about, Angela Lansbury coming in. What does he hire her up like right after they officially move in? Because during their little trip at Lake Como, he says all this stuff about he lays it on thick. He's so precise. He's like, "Oh, I'd always wanted to live in a square in London, in a house on a square."
I've always wanted to date the niece of a murdered opera singer. And she's like, "Well, guess what?"
Your dreams can come true.
Oh, such a con artist. So as soon as he moves in, they already have.
They get married.
Yeah, they get married while they're on vacation in Italy, and then they return to London to her ancestral home on Thornton Square, which I thought at first they were saying Fountain Square, and I was like, "Oh, we have a Fountain Square, Thornton Square."
That's why you watch everything with subtitles, like I do.
Yep. I watched this movie a second time with subtitles to try to make sure, because the first time I missed a ton. I think. So Elizabeth, they already have this cook, this English actress, Barbara Everest. She's already there. It seems. We don't get the idea that she's been hired. It's like maybe she had been living there in the attic
for the whole 10 years.
Right. And they explain she's a little deaf.
Which I do like that setup and it comes into play later on.
Yeah, it's really important.
A lot of setup and payoff in this movie.
Yeah, and no loose ends really. I have a couple of questions, but really your imagination can fill in those blanks.
Yeah. Lucy Angela Lansbury is hired as Nancy. Well, he calls her Lucy.
He
at
does
first,
call her
like,
Lucy.
My name's not Lucy. Like he's trying to gaslight the maids too. So she gets hired for £16 a year, and I feel that's low even for back then.
That's outrageous.
I don't know. If you keep talking, I'll look it up for you if you want.
What, 16 pounds a year would be in today's dollars?
16 pounds in modern currency. Let's see.
Well, back then that's like a little over $1 a month.
You said that's how much he was paying her per month was 16 pounds?
No, 16 pounds a year.
In a year, okay. In 18, what year was it again? 18 what?
85.
Yeah, 85.
1885.
You're gonna be real precise.
Anyway,
Let's see. Today, that would be almost 2,700 pounds.
That's still ridiculous.
That's not a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I guess you live there
Still.
and you eat there.
anyway,
That's still.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I don't care how plush the accommodations are. You can't live on $2,700 a year.
Yeah. No way. So Amy, right? Where were we? We were with the help.
So they hire Nancy,
Yeah.
but Nancy has clearly got a little crush on Mr. Anton. So that's gonna
And
come
he
into play
and
later.
he plays on that a
Yeah.
lot, and it's really creepy and weird.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Like I thought that Nancy was going to have a bigger part in the gaslighting of Paula because I thought they were going to be cahoots or something, but that didn't pan out really from
Yeah, they
my
didn't.
theory at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the way that they acted when they acted with each other, like they were very flirty and will they, won't they type of thing. And I thought he was going to kind of recruit her and help like aid and Paul thinking that she's crazy, but it was just kind of a red herring, like I guess, or just maybe a loose end.
I thought so too, Andy. Like I
Yeah.
thought they were in cahoots, and then on the second viewing, I was like, oh, she's just a kid, and she's easily manipulated by this guy, but also he gives her this real specific order not to take orders from the lady of the house, only from him, because she's not well enough to tell her what to do. But then he sets it up where his bride, Paula, wants extra wood on the fire and makes her call Nancy to do it, even after he's told Nancy not to take any orders from her. And then he corrects her in front of her and creates a whole nother situation there, another series of little gaslighting lies. Nasty and insidious shit, and people do it in real life every day.
Paula finds a letter written from
It was his alias.
No, it was his real name, I think.
Well, one of his. We don't know what his real name is.
That's true. We don't know what
Yeah.
his real name is. But at the time, she doesn't know. All she knows is she found a letter in one of her aunt's books.
Yeah.
The letter is to her aunt, and it's from somebody that either worked with her at one point.
She was
Or
in
is just a
Poland,
fan.
and he played piano for her, I guess, in Poland or something, and became upset. And he wrote the letter to her 2 days before she was murdered. And I don't know if he already knew about the jewels, because at this point, the reason it's ultimately revealed, but at this point in the story, it's good to know that he's after these specific jewels that he saw were gifted to her by a czar in Russia, I think,
Or a Norwegian
like a romantic
king.
interest. Yeah, like some foreign dignitary gave her these jewels, and it happened before at some point before this letter was written to her. That happened. So this is like his letter is the first attempt, I think, at getting at the jewels. Them jewels.
But he freaks out when Paula finds the letter. Gregory does. And he like takes it from her and is like,
Yeah, the first time it
ignore
turns
that.
out.
That's not anything.
And then tells her it didn't exist, right?
And then later, as part of the gaslighting, is like, I saw you holding your hand nothing. You looked at nothing. Crazy. Making her crazy.
And it's working. He's wearing her down. Every time they're going to go out to an event, something comes up. Except for this first time when they go out on an outing to the Tower of London, which sets up our inspector character seeing her for the first time and thinking it's her deceased aunt. He has his niece and nephew at the Tower of London for an afternoon of fun.
It's a place where lots of death happened.
You've been there.
Lots of misery.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's very historical, so why bring your kids?
And this is the MGM backlot version of that, I believe. I don't think it was the real Tower of London.
Yeah, I did like those scenes where they had to pretend to walk, and in the background is clearly a like a backdrop, like early green screen.
I was wondering about that.
I was like, you guys just couldn't film in a park or something?
Oh, no, strictly studio. They're like, if it's not here, we're just gonna fake it.
Yeah, but when they go see the crown jewels, what's his name?
Oh,
Gregory.
Yeah, Gregory.
Gregory. He goes on this big tangent about each jewel and how the history of them and everything.
Yeah.
And it kind of like zooms in on his eyes, and he has this very obsessed look on his face. And then when we meet the police inspector, it's revealed that the aunt had these jewels that were very valuable. So it's kind of a little obvious what they're setting up there.
Yeah. I don't think they were going to take many chances with the 1944 audience, I guess.
Yeah. But it was just interesting to see how they kind of spoon fed you certain things.
Definitely. It made it easy to follow.
This guy likes jewels.
Yeah. So as great, like this movie had is like very, it's a great movie, but sometimes like the, I don't know, I'm trying to think early stages of screenwriting like show up in this.
Yeah. I think,
very rudimentary.
Yeah. And do you feel like if they made it now, like there's like enough exposition in this movie that you could cut out like 15 minutes of material? And
I guess like it could have, certain things could be handled more subtly sometimes.
With a modern audience, I think it would have worked at the shorter runtime. But I think then you almost had to have it because it is kind of on its surface, kind of new and complex. The idea, the number of set pieces alone, they have them moving around time periods and set pieces like crazy.
His campaign begins in earnest, and he really starts making her feel like she's forgetful.
Yeah.
Gives her this beautiful brooch, and then like does something to make her lose it. I don't know what he does.
Well, it's the minute they leave the house. He tells her, "You'll lose it. You lose things, and I'll put it in your bag."
It's just little things.
Yeah,
you lose things, so you forget things.
Yeah, and I love he shows it to her like, "Look, I'm putting it in your purse," and she like watches him drop it in her purse, and and it's like another setup where like, "Look, honey, it's in your purse," but later she realizes that it's gone, and she's afraid to tell him because he's convinced her that that she loses things all the time.
Also, I think he lied about the origin of that brooch. He gave it to her as a gift and was like, "It's been my mother's mother." Bullshit.
Liar.
Yeah, he got that from like one of those quarter machines at the grocery store.
He probably has a trunk full of them for all of the people he scams. Because he's also a bigamist. Which the first time we watched this, I missed that he was actually when the inspector
they get him in
says
the end.
he's already married to someone in Poland.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, so we don't know much about this guy.
He's a bad gentleman.
Other than he's a real villain. Yep.
So Scotland Yard guy, Brian,
who's an American for some reason.
Movie's weird that way.
Probably because it was made in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he has that very old timey accent, like 23 Skidoo, hey.
Transit, like what they got, transatlantic.
Yeah.
So it was kind of jarring when you hear all these like proper English accents and Cockney accents and this random American Vernon.
Well, the funny thing is, a lot of those Cockney and English accents you're hearing are also Americans playing those parts. They're just doing accents. And then he's just not doing an accent. He's pulling a Kevin Costner and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and has basically just got a more or less American. He's from Virginia. What are you going to do? That guy was in Citizen Kane. He was his best friend. Joey Cotton.
Since he got the look at Paula and thought, he knows it's not really the aunt. But he's reminded of the case of her murder, which is still open. They've never found the strangler who did it.
Yeah.
So he goes to open the case back up in Scotland Yard, and his boss is like, "Hey, we don't fuck around with old cases. What are you doing?" And he's like, "But I think we should fuck around with this."
Capiche?
And he's like, "We don't fuck around with this anymore. It's old and stupid, and we don't care anymore." I thought that was terrible. Terrible public.
Hey, man, it's a cold case.
Something or other.
They got to work on the Jack the Ripper case or whatever still.
Or whatever. But now we got Brian in the mix, and now he's gonna try to save the day. He does end up saving the day.
not only does he end up saving the day, but he has a deep connection to her family because of the glove. There's this thing they set up in the very beginning where the aunt had this single glove, and the backstory was the other glove was given after the performance to an admirer, and it turns out it's the cop when he was the little boy.
He got the glove.
Oh my God. So that not only do you get the cop coming in to help her in the third act when the tables are finally being turned on Gregory, who we realize now has been sneaking in through the window into the attic where they've put all of her aunt's things because he thinks the jewels are up there. They put him up in the attic and they boarded it off, and now is he even renting the other apartment so he can?
No, he's just sneaking over the
sneaking
roof.
into it, right?
Yeah, the next door is empty,
Okay.
and that's how he can go across the roof and get into the skylight in the attic.
Gotcha. And the whole time he's telling her he's going to a place that he rented to work as a composer, but he's not. He's just going and searching upstairs.
Yeah. Don't all composers do their work in the middle of the night?
In the middle of the night. And so
she's a little too trusting.
Absolutely.
She has no choice. She has been so isolated by him.
Yeah.
She has been so broken down by him. She really, yeah.
Super dark.
The only thing she can do is still clutch at him for some sort of normalcy, but he's off climbing across the roof.
Yeah, he has such a stranglehold on her socially because every time there's an excuse not to leave the house and that she can't socialize for one reason or another.
And the one time she forces the issue for Mrs. Dalroy's party, it goes horribly wrong thanks to him.
Yeah, he makes
embarrasses her
out to be a kleptomaniac again.
No, forgetful.
Well, he says she stole his watch too. In the middle of the little concert, which is the other point of contact they have with the inspector is he's invited to this concert, this high society type concert at somebody's home, and he decides to go because he suspects that they'll be there.
It's Brian's boss's house.
Oh, is it his house? I didn't catch that. And he was the other cop.
Yeah, I was thinking, damn, they must pay these cops well.
That's why I never considered it was him.
A fucking towering atrium in their house, like greenhouse thing. It was crazy.
Yeah, and Brian even Brian had a butler.
Yeah,
everybody.
So
gets
I was
butler.
like, oh, what the pay grade for these guys is.
So wait, Brian had his own butler? I missed that completely.
Yeah, that's when the beat cop comes to his apartment because he enlists him to kind of spy on Paula and Gregory's house.
So yeah. So that's Williams, the guy who's trying to get with Nancy throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. And he has he provides some information about what Gregory's doing at night. He's saying he always just leaves like at a certain time and comes back in the morning covered in soot, like he's like digging around certain things. So that's when Brian puts two and two together that, he's not really going to this office to compose music in the middle of the night.
And this is how it begins to unravel. I like their plan to deal with it, where he's wrong. I'm Brian, the inspector, when he tells Elizabeth, the cook, that when they figure this out, that Gregory won't return. And when he's wrong about it, not only I asked, how does he know that? I guess that he's going to go kill him or arrest him, but also...
he thinks he's going to go catch him before he can come back home.
Yeah, so you don't expect him to turn back up in the house.
But he sneaks in through the attic door.
So in effect, it's basically the ladies of the house versus Gregory at this point.
Right. And Elizabeth tries.
Yeah.
She lies and says nobody was there. But even though Paula is saying, yes, he was here.
Yeah.
She's blowing it. Elizabeth is right. Don't say anything.
Yeah. It was interesting how they had to play off of each other's looks to know exactly who was, that we're working together here. A lot of winks and nods, but none of that. So they had to guess. Brian
comes in. There's a whole big fight between him and Gregory Sturgis in the attic, but you don't see any of it. You just hear it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny.
Which is all of the attic. You almost only hear the attic and the Gaslight shit throughout the movie. It sounds like this is one of those movies that use a lot of sound design where they deliberately are like, okay, this is going to be the pounding sound of what's in the attic and the spooky hissing of the gas and whatever else. So it works still, I think. And when you get the fight, it just kind of mirrors that too, because you don't really know what's going on. You don't know who's going to survive it.
Mm-hmm. But did we mention that why it's called Gaslight?
Oh yeah, we should probably say.
Yeah, it's because they still have these gas lamps in their homes, and at night, the lights in Paula's room, they always go down, and she's like, "Is somebody else using the gas?" And everybody's like, "No, nobody else is home. Nobody else is using the lights." But the whole time, it turns out that Gregory's upstairs, turning the lights on, rummaging through all the belongings, looking for the jewels. So, like, Paula's convinced that these lights are going down by themselves, but and everybody's telling her, "No, they're not. Are you crazy?"
It was so. I felt so happy for her when Brian finally says, "Yes, I saw that happen with the gaslight." That's what she needed. She needed somebody to believe her for once.
Yeah. She was denied it by Elizabeth because of the hearing.
Yeah.
And Nancy because of the programming.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy.
Yeah, because Paula always hears like noises from upstairs because Gregory can't rummage quietly. And
he has to do it.
She's the only one that can hear it. Yeah. So I do like how it comes back where Elizabeth can't hear, and it kind of helps Gregory in his plan, even though it's unintentional.
Yeah, it almost feels like something that was thrown in there when someone asked, why doesn't she do anything here and here? And he's like, she's a little deaf.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
Poor Elizabeth.
Let's go back and film the line. She's a little deaf.
But I was just confused why Gregory can't rummage in the daytime.
It's a good question, Andy.
Because Paul's not going to question it. He could just say, "Hey, I'm just rearranging things up there and making a space for maybe for me to compose music."
People would see him walking across the roof in the daytime, though.
But Andy's saying that maybe not even board the door up at all, because the only reason they boarded it up is to protect her emotions.
Supposedly.
So they could have skipped that.
He was just trying to get all of her stuff in one place, so it was easier to search.
Maybe he was afraid she would find them, the jewels.
Yeah, maybe.
And this is just his failsafe, is it boarded up so she will never want to go in there.
But I don't think she even knew about the jewels at that point, right?
No, she didn't. But they were in the painting. But then again, who's going to guess that those are the same?
That are real.
Yeah, that they're real.
Yeah.
The painting of her in the dress, the gown.
And the gown had the jewels sewn into it.
And that's how she hid them. Pretty clever.
In plain sight.
Yeah.
Then, so Brian wins the fight, our Scotland Yard dude. And Sturgis, Gregory, who knows? He's tied to a chair.
Loosely tied.
And she begs for a chance to speak with him alone, even though Brian doesn't want to let it happen. And she basically, I don't remember.
Well, he asked her to cut him free, and he thinks he's turning her back to his side, and she's like, "There's a knife in this drawer? I don't see a knife," but she's holding it, and you're like, "Oh, she's gonna cut his dick off." Because that's the way I'm programmed, and that can't be possible, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought too, because she's trying to turn the tables on him and gaslighting him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a knife. What is this? Are you crazy? And I thought she was going to do a thing. Was like, I'm not stabbing you. What are you talking about?
Do you think it's because we watch Send Help? That's in her mind still. This mirrors Send Help in a couple of ways. Yeah.
No, but I think that I like how she did kind of have the upper hand in that moment. and was kind of turning the tables on him and making him feel powerless the way she felt.
It's so much better than if the cop just came in and rescued her and the movie ended. Like, she gets that moment with him.
Get a little female rage.
And you get like that feeling of revenge. Yeah. As an audience member, that I feel so much more satisfied knowing that she got that moment and then gets the fucking possibility of new love with the cop after that, which makes
she's
it even
ready
better.
to hop into his arms.
Yeah. Those are the things the studio didn't necessarily make them do, but also didn't
Necessarily not make them do it.
Right. It was to keep it, because originally, I guess in the play and the original movie, even maybe there was a much darker ending where she still was kind of under his control at the end, which is a total bummer. I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that.
But Fred, you mentioned before, like kind of the big acting.
Yeah.
Do you think that it was mostly her? Like, I mean, I think she did have her subtle moments too. Like,
Yeah.
granted, she is asked to act quote unquote crazy, and she has to have those like big swooning moments. But I think she'd had a lot of really good subtle silent moments too, especially at the concert.
Yeah.
Where like they're listening to the performance, and Gregory whispers to her like, "Hey, my watch is missing. Have you seen it?" And then like you slowly see her face come to realization, wait, did I misplace it? And like all these like micro expressions on her face coming to where she realizes that she might be losing it again.
Right.
While trying to contain everything because they're in public and she didn't want to make a scene.
Well, you know the story of her, like her method with this movie, that she went to a mental hospital and all that.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
interesting.
Yeah, she went totally like full bore deep into learning about the mental illness and got kind of sick herself.
Wow.
During the movie, they said they
Yeah.
would call cut and she'd be like sobbing uncontrollably, and they'd be like, "What do we do with Ingrid? She's kind of a mess right now." So a lot of that shit was coming from not only like you're saying, I think those little moments maybe were coming from a real, honest, real place. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's like method acting.
Yeah.
Like she's really throwing herself in the role. Interesting.
And yeah, if it were in a modern movie, it would be too much, but for the 40s, it's perfect. Like, why would, I mean, like, it fits the vibe. I think that's the thing. People don't like, they criticize acting out of hand regardless on the era or the style of the movie. Like Nicolas Cage is a good example. Like, he can do the same exact performance in 3 different movies and it could be great in one and terrible in the other 2 because it's just not part of the vibe of the movie. In this shit, she's commander of the ship, I think, in this movie. She's raised everybody else's performances up too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought she was great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was already a pretty big fan for Casablanca, but I think I actually want to just start, finding movies with her and Katharine Hepburn.
Mm-hmm.
She's Isabella Rossellini's mom, right?
Yeah.
God, they look alike.
She got blacklisted for having that affair with Isabella Rossellini's dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a while. Like it was after this, but before she came back to Hollywood in like the 50s or whatever. Like she couldn't work for a while because of it. But she got a baby out of it, and that baby has gone on to be on 30 Rock.
And there's no greater achievement.
In my opinion.
That's true. 30 Rock is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Isabella Rossellini is pretty great.
Yeah.
Blue Velvet.
Death Becomes Her.
I just rewatched Blue Velvet because of you, Andy, not too terribly long ago.
Oh, what'd you think?
I really loved it, but I had hit completely mixed up with Wild at Heart.
Okay.
Which couldn't be a more different movie. But I had the two of them mushed together. Like Dennis Hopper's character to me was blended wrong and everything. So I have to watch Wild at Heart again because apparently I don't remember that movie either. But it's still great. You haven't watched Blue Velvet, right, Amy?
No.
It's real good.
Yes, you have, Amy. You've seen it.
Oh, have I now? Oh, you're right. I'm just so forgetful. You're always telling me. Honestly, I am because of the weed.
With the gaslighting thing, is not just making her like big things, like making her think that she forgets things. It's like really like one of my favorite scenes is like the when Mrs. Thwaites tries to visit, and Gregory kind of like says no, but he convinces Paula that it was her idea not to have visitors.
Right.
Like in that same, like within like minutes of him shooing Mrs. Thwaites away, she's like, it's like, but it would take you forever to get ready to have visitors, and you don't want to be not ready for people, right? And she was like, wait, you're right. So it's like all of these like really subtle things, and on top of these big things convincing her that she's hearing things and voices. So
heartbreaking.
He really knows his shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets her hopes up so many times like that, and it really hurt. It really hurts to see what he does to her when she's happy. That's the hardest moments in the movie for me. Was she's about to be happy in some moment, and he's like, "No, can't have that." That's so fucking. Ugh.
One of my favorite scenes in the movie is at the end when Nancy has gone outside to get the police, and
Williams is already there.
the door, or not. Nancy goes outside.
Yeah,
but
Helen or Elizabeth. We're throwing names out like old
Goes
people
outside.
names.
Anyway, the door's wide open, and Miss Thwaites just walks right the fuck in and just starts looking around because this is what she's always wanted. She wants to get her paws on number 9.
Yeah, she wants to be in the murder house.
Yes.
That woman was born in 1865, the same year the Civil War ended.
Jesus. She ain't alive still, though, right?
She's doing great. She was in the last Billy Madison movie. Just kidding. There's only one Billy Madison movie.
Yeah.
All right.
But everything works out in the end. Paula gets rid of her scheming husband, and Mrs. Thwaites finally gets the visit to the murder house.
Oh, Mrs.
Everybody's
Thwaites.
happy.
Her Diggy biscuits.
Yeah. Oh, another thing. Do you? One of my favorite other things I really liked is Nancy. She always says "cool."
She's so weird.
Do you notice that?
No, I didn't even notice that.
She's a weirdo. She's
It
kind
didn't
of a
happen,
weirdo.
Andy. You made that up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of like saying "oi" or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like an exclamation of surprise, but she says "cool."
She's doing a Cockney accent, kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda. And then she's so good though. It's kind of are they insinuating anything by the way she's dressed when she first comes for the interview? Like, is she supposed to be like a lady of the evening or something?
No, but I think she's supposed to be wearing something slightly risque.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though it was buttoned all the way up to her neck.
Because the way that
It had feathers.
Ingrid Bergman looks at her, I should say Paula. It's
Maybe
not
something
Ingrid Bergman's
low
fault.
class or something that she was wearing.
When he first
Yeah,
introduced
like
her, she seemed to really clock that outfit hard.
Mhm. Yeah. Like, no, I think she's just like, she's young and likes to have a good time because she likes to go out to the dance hall or music hall or whatever.
Yeah.
She's a
Remember
good
that scene
time
where she's singing that song about being up in the balloon? That was cute.
She's so great. When she starts singing, did you hear? You were like, "Oh, it's Mrs. Potts
Yeah.
from Beauty and the Beast."
Yeah.
Her voice wasn't that different as an older singer either. Like she maintained the same kind of tone
Yeah.
and quality of her voice. I guess she never smoked, except that one time we saw her smoke on her 18th birthday. So her 18th birthday is in this movie.
Good for her.
It's kind of cool.
That's really cool.
Mine would have been pretty lame. If
Yeah.
there were a film crew around on my 18th birthday, they'd be real disappointed.
Didn't you get a beeper? Oh, no, that was your graduation.
That was my
party.
graduation. I don't remember what I got for my 18th birthday, but I remember there was a blizzard, and I think we stayed in and watched Doomed Megalopolis, maybe some anime shit. I don't remember exactly what.
Nerd. All right. Anything else we want to say about Gaslight?
It's
Yeah,
good.
it's just a really good movie. It kept my attention throughout. Like to maintain the atmosphere and tension.
Yeah, it's a great pick, Andy. I do have to say that the original, you can find it now. Like, it was hard to find for a long time, but it's on YouTube and some other places. The 1940, version that MGM tried to destroy all the copies of to protect the brand.
They're trying to gaslight into us into thinking there was not a previous movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were trying to do, Andy.
That's what they were doing.
It was part of the marketing campaign. Oh, Amy's got to pick a new theme too.
We're gonna pick a new theme since we're at the end of our psychological horror month.
There is one theme we got to add in there that I keep forgetting to add in.
Too late. What's
Not
in
for
here
today, but for later.
is what's in here. And that's all that I can tell you. All right, we're gonna pick a new theme from the hat of themes.
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on.
Let's see what we got here.
No whammies.
Ninja movies.
Ninja movies.
I picked ninja movies.
Ninja movies. That got thrown back in the hat after being rejected too close to Canon Month. But I think we have enough of a gap now. We've done other
No, I
weird
think we
stuff.
did. We've done engine movies already.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
You should see Andy's gaslight eyes.
Do you not like ninja movies, Andy?
No, I just think it's kind of a stretch for us to do. But
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
fine
really
with it,
on
yeah.
See,
brand.
we could stick to the more fantastical ninja movies that have like sci-fi and horror elements in them. There's a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Let's do that.
If you want to stay closer to the sci-fi horror fantasy thing,
I do.
yeah. It's weird how many people are big fans of like pirate and ninja movies, specifically out there.
It's weird.
I mean,
All right.
like that's like a majority of what they're into.
Okay.
That's an odd thing.
Is it? Those
Yeah.
are pretty cool things.
They're cool, but you know.
All right. So I'm going to move us along. We're going to talk about what we've been watching lately. We're going to start with Freddie Morris
Yes, ma'am.
because you are right there in front of me.
Yeah.
So what you been watching, Freddie Morris?
Let's find out. I wasn't
You weren't
casting.
prepared?
No, I was terribly unprepared. I wasn't.
We do this every week?
I know. I had everything else in front of me.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm a mess. What are you gonna do? I don't hate ninja movies. I don't even think that. Or
What was that
casting
documentary series you
versions.
just watched?
Well, The Curious Case of.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? I did that one about the skincare lady out in L.A. who ended up trying to hire a hitman to kill her competitor next door. But I don't want to talk about. What I want to talk about is I want to warn people: don't watch the movie Molly with with Elizabeth Shue. It's terrible. You watch the trailer, you know it's going to be terrible. It's her playing a character with some developmental disabilities. It's so bad and offensive. It's real bad. But if you want to just be like gobsmacked by how awful the topic is handled, check that out. Warfare is the thing I wanted to recommend, which is that Alex Garner movie that is just a 90-minute retelling of a combat mission trying to secure a sniper position in Iraq. And it's just nonstop action. It's the soldiers that experienced it, recounted the story. So it's just one of those movies that is more just you sink in for the experience. It's not really story driven or anything, but the spectacle of it's pretty amazing. It's very and it's not as scary or intense as like you watch like Hamburger Hill or Full Metal Jacket. It has like a neutral. It's very bloody and violent, but it has a very there's no sentimentality or spin to it at all. It's just presented as a ongoing combat mission. You get to see how that works, the in and out of it. It's really cool. Big recommend.
So it's based on a true incident or a war thing?
Yeah, it's a real battle, and it literally takes. That's how long the real battle took, was in this 90 minutes, and it's in real time. The whole thing, them calling in support and everything.
What conflict is it? Like where we were talking
Iraq.
about? Like Iraq. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they have like kind of like high tech headsets, and you get to see like the mundanity of what this mission is. The people who live in the house that they're taking over, the native Iraqi people that live there. The people who are part of that area that are helping the U.S. military, and no, there's no judgments on. A lot of war movies want you to be on the side of one particular ideology. This is just very matter of fact. This happened, and it happened over this course of time, and it was incredibly intense and violent. And then life went on. You get to see the guys who it's about in the closing credits too, which is kind of cool.
All right.
That's all I got to say about Warfare.
Thank you.
Those look like comfortable shoes.
I don't know if I could do it or not. Sounds too intense for me.
It's not like that.
It's not like that.
No, you know how you watch a war movie and the guy's like, boy, the bullet just missed me, and he takes his helmet off and then his head explodes?
Yeah.
It's not that. They don't manipulate you in any way to, like, they don't create suspense in this movie the way that other war movies try to do. They just show you this is the mission, and this is what it looked like, and there's not like a whole ton of dramatic music or anything. I don't even know if there was much music in it at all, but there may have been. I don't know. I just didn't. If there was, it was subtle throughout. It's just real matter of fact, kind of a neat way to see how the SEAL team works. It's a SEAL team. I didn't mention that either. If you look at the posters and stuff, you might not realize because of the camo they're wearing, it doesn't look like they're SEAL guys, but they're a Navy SEAL team.
Are there people nicknamed after cities?
No, they called each other by their first names too.
Oh, then no, thank you. I need to know. I need at least one guy named Jersey.
You need Texas, Brooklyn,
Ohio.
Yeah.
I need to for us to tell them what they're going to do when they get back home.
Well, yeah.
And it turns out then they get shot.
Nope. These guys are just regular old dudes.
Okay.
And they don't look like action heroes either. That's also refreshing. They look like real guys, real soldiers.
Anybody we know that's in it? Like big names?
The guy I know, I don't know him from movies, really?
I've never heard of this movie, so I'm just curious.
It's the ones that I know from it are Will Poulter, who
he was in
okay.
We're the Millers or whatever.
Yeah, and he's also one of the Jedis in the Star Wars universe now too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There is some other actors in it that had familiar faces that I didn't really know what they were from. I think that was on purpose to make it feel more real, that they may have cast people that weren't real prominently known.
Yeah, I think Will Poulter was in Midsommar too, wasn't he?
Was he one of the kids in Midsommar?
No.
I wouldn't jump
Yeah.
to conclusions.
Anyway.
Maybe.
He was on Black Mirror, Guardians of the Galaxy. He played Adam Warlock.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
He's on The Bear. Yeah, he's in Midsommar. He was Mark.
Oh.
Yeah, he was one of the jerky boyfriend's friends.
I've seen that damn movie twice.
He's a really versatile actor. Like, I've seen him do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think he's the one that pissed on the burial tree.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay. Oh, well, okay. Well, thank you, Freddy.
You bet. Check it out. I think you might like it, Andy. If you like other Alex Gardner movies like Annihilation and Civil War, it's right like that. Only less story.
Well, thank you, Freddy.
Bet.
I will go next, as I usually do. I broke the seal on something that I've never done before this weekend. And this is where I want Andy to say, in the butt? No. I watched.
We all know that
Yes.
That's not your first time.
I'm a total slut for it. No. I've watched my first James Bond movie.
Oh, okay.
And I watched.
I'm not the biggest James Bond fan, so it's like not really. Which one did you watch?
No, it's something I never really cared that much about until this weekend when I was bored and I was like, all right, let's just try it.
She's a completist, so she started at the very beginning.
Started at the beginning. I watched Dr. No.
Is this the first one?
Yes.
Is this is that his name? Lazenby? George Lazenby?
It's Connery.
Sean Connery.
Oh, Sean Connery. But that is a Bond, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. George Lazenby did it once. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which one's Dr. No?
So Dr. No is about James Bond is after Dr. No, who's a bad guy, who's got an island, and on the island
nuclear something or other's going on. He wants to divert like a moon mission. Something
going on with a moon mission and something bad, and James Bond has to get to him. So he ends up on the island, and it's him and his little what do you call the people that are with you? Sidekick.
Sidekick? You're talking about Quarrel?
Quarrel.
Poor Quarrel.
Doesn't treat Quarrel very nicely.
I mean,
then
he's
his
rude to him
Bond
a little
girl.
bit, yeah.
Ursula Andress.
Honey. Yeah.
Honey
Fallopia? I don't know.
I forget her last name.
It was Honey something.
Is it suggestive, like honey
little
pussy or
bit.
something?
It's honey pussy, and
It's like honey.
honey slit. No, I don't know.
It is honey rider.
There you go.
Mm.
I swear to God, I watched this movie, and I paid attention the whole time. But I think it's a little slippery on the exact details of some things,
Like what?
like what exactly he was trying to do with the moon mission.
Oh yeah, it was so much jargon. And this is before we successfully landed on the moon. So they're just trying to orbit the moon, right? And it's a U.S. Rocket, and Dr. No is Chinese, and he hates
us.
but he's also more greedy because isn't it about money in the end? Like it's very much like Austin Powers is Dr. No in so many respects.
Oh yeah.
That's like, is this the one with the guy with the hat?
No.
Okay.
Are you talking about the one who
killer
throws
hat?
the hat? Odd Job?
Yeah.
No, he comes a long way later. I think. I think he's like in the 80s.
You said Dr. No is Chinese. Is it played by an actual Chinese actor?
I tried to find that out.
I
Did
don't
you have any
believe
luck?
so.
Okay.
He's not. He's Dr. No's supposed to be biracial, I think, because they say stuff about him not being pure blood Chinese, but I don't know what. And the actor just to me doesn't look Chinese.
All of my interactions with Sean Connery now are colored by the fact that I know he likes to hit women, or he liked to. He doesn't anymore
He's dead
because he's dead.
Yeah.
Or he didn't like to hit women, but he at least thought there was no big deal about it.
I can't remember the exact quote, but it was
Something like that. Just
it wasn't a good look.
So there's that. But I thought the movie was fun. I definitely will watch another one, whatever comes next. I think it's From Russia with Love.
Yeah. Because I thought From Love was first, and Amy started to get in it. She's like, wait a minute. It says they're getting revenge for killing Dr. No.
And I already knew they killed Dr. No.
Whoops.
Spoiler alert for James Bond. No, I get it. I do get it. He's very suave. He's very cool. He's like the guy that gets it done. And who doesn't love that in their fantasy, world?
Isn't it funny when you watch this and M is only in it for a moment and all he does is tell James Bond that he needs to stop using his little woman gun? He shits on James Bond's gun being okay for a lady's handbag, and they keep trying to get him to switch guns. And what does he do? He gives it to Ms. Moneypenny, right? On his way out. I think he just gives her the new gun.
Sure.
And was like, fuck it. I'm not using this. And that was all of M. M and Q become like bigger parts of it, a lot more fun.
I get it.
parts of
I know
yeah.
some of the lore of James Bond.
Yeah.
You just can't help it living in this world
It's true. It gets all
for as
over
long as I
everything.
have.
You've seen all the Austin Powers movies.
I've seen all the Austin Powers movies, so I
Yeah.
get it. I get the concepts herein. Anyway, I will watch some more. I don't know when. Don't get all excited and think I'm going to have a James Bond like marathon. I don't want to do
totally would love that.
that. I don't want to do
on
that.
an afternoon. Just a
We're not
bunch
doing
of
it.
James Bond movies.
But I will watch the next one. All right. That's all I wanted to say. That's what I've been watching. Andy, it's your turn.
I watched The Burbs.
Oh, the new one.
The TV series that they made for the movie.
Do you binge the whole thing?
No, I've only watched 2 episodes so far. It stars Keke Palmer, who is great in this, and probably the best reason to watch this. The cast is the best reason to watch the show. It's got Colin Robinson in it.
Colin Robinson.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Paula Pell and some other familiar faces. But it's cute so far. I just don't know how they can stretch out this thing for 8 episodes. I looked up, it's supposed to be 8 episodes. But yeah, it's kind of, they're stretching it out a lot of the creepy neighbors that the whole neighborhood's suspicious of.
Are they still the Klopex?
No, it's like it takes place in modern times, like 2000, like now, and I don't know. It's got my attention, but it's not something I'm gonna must watch because it's kind of, I don't, like I said, like it's only 2 episodes in, but it's kind of like the same thing. Like, they notice the neighbor's doing something creepy, but it turns out it's something else, and
Right.
yeah, it's fine. It's cute, and it's kind of jarring to see. There's like a lot of modern references to pop culture and things going on now, so it's kind of weird for me at least, it's weird to see like so many modern things being um, put into this kind of wacky world because they're trying to ground it, but it's also sitcom-y.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know if they kind of worked that balance out yet. Yeah, it's fine.
You
No.
you can finish the whole thing in a sitting, I understand.
Oh, are they all out right now?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll just I don't know. That's something I'll really pay attention to. Probably background watching.
Right.
But and also like Keke Palmer and her husband have a baby, and it's just funny to see when it's obviously just a lump that they're carrying.
Just
You
a rubber
can't
doll.
fake it. It's just
Yeah.
everybody can tell when you're just
I
carrying a
heard
baby doll.
Somebody accused somebody of using a fake baby on a reality show. I can't remember which one it was. It was recent. Oh well. Google it if you're interested. I'm sure it'll come up.
Yeah, but like maybe it was my own fault for expecting, because I love the movie so much. But it's like it's just different tonally. It's not as big and wacky as the movie is. I don't think maybe in other episodes, like later episodes, they'll find their footing, but it's just very static for me. Like there's no like really highs or lows. It's just kind of there at the show.
Well, that's
But-
kind of a bummer to hear
Yeah,
because I was looking
I was
forward
excited.
to it.
Yeah, but Keke Palmer's great, so
I do love
watch
her.
it for her.
Did Joe Dante, I guess he just got like some sort of producer credit on it or something, probably.
Oh, I didn't like research
okay.
all the who's involved. Like I don't pay attention to like the credits where like written by or directed by, stuff like that.
It's interesting because I feel like I was under the impression at one point that he didn't like that movie very much or didn't like to talk about it.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I like to think I think it had something to do with hurt feelings over how it did, maybe. But it's kind of nice he's getting more attention now. It's a classic, I think, the movie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, and it's really fun. There's like a Tom Hanks Easter egg.
Oh, really?
That was fun, like to see him pop up.
Yeah.
And I it looks like a set, like a lot that they filmed this on, and I love that feeling of those like movie lots and the houses.
Yeah. Like
so it's just
9 Thornton Square.
Yeah, it looks cozy. That's what so I like that part.
I wonder if it's the Wisteria Lane houses they used on.
I wonder.
Yeah, I feel like those pop up a lot. Are those? Do you know where those are, Amy? Me neither.
I never watched Desperate Housewives, so I don't know. Okay. Well, thank you, Andy.
Yeah.
You are a prince among men.
Okay. Before we name off our Beelzebubs, just want to remind everybody about we just recorded a special episode.
Oh yes.
Of the show with our friend Lewis Fowler. We reviewed this indigenous movie called Seeds. So check that out on our Patreon page if you are inclined to do so.
And it's free. So all you got to do is do the free membership and you have access to all the stuff we give away.
Patreon.com/NOTLP.
Yeah, thank you, Lewis, for joining us and picking that movie.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and good discussion about it. So if you love us, if you love Lewis, if you love movies, go check it out. All right, friends. At the end of every show, we always say hi to our Beelzebubs. Matt, Branan and Emily, Dr. Brian, Old Dirty Billsterd, Bill Fahrner, Blayne Yogurt, Jordash Jeans, Monica, Ernest, Dave, and Shayna Bobina. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you had fun.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Bye.
Night.
Frankenstein was wondering of London.